GM.
GM, hey Foreign.
How's everyone doing today? Hopefully they're all having a better day than me. I had the wonderful
good.
experience of a logging truck drive past my house this morning and ripped my internet out of the building.
Oh no.
Sometimes.
Yikes.
So, alas,
They
but
fixed
we'll
it
get it
real quick
sorted.
though, right? We got the
No, I
message
went
from you
into
in the chat.
town. No, I
Oh.
went into town and bought myself a little Wi-Fi dongle. There's no way Portugal can fix something that fast out in the country.
Wow.
Not a
Good
chance.
job. That was quick though.
So yeah, well, I work online as well during the week, so I absolutely need internet. I cannot go a day without it, so had to be done. But anyway, we are into our DAO course, so Saturday the 9th of November, and we have had a fair bit going on snapshots. So the closed snapshots, we have the official DApp new features to be added by the DAO. So that was a successful SIGPROP. It closed 66.95% in favor and it hit 9.5 million quorum. So that will be has moved to a core prop already. The next one that closed was the Gotchi Greeters V2. Now, this one was unsuccessful. We did not hit quorum. So even though we had 85% in favor, we only got to 7.9. So I believe this one will be reposted and in the future, not too far away. And then we also had defining the DAO director term lengths and process for future elections. And again, this one did not meet quorum. So we got closer, 92.64%, but didn't make it. So that one has already actually been resubmitted a few hours ago. So it's up now. And please vote. We've got 1.59% of quorum at the moment, but we have 2 weeks now to get this one over the line. So if you haven't voted yet, please do. And that is all of the closed proposals. So as far as active proposals, we have Zygo's small funding request for the Grid Gladiator. This one has already reached quorum. It's still got a few hours left, but it's already hit 9.5 million and is currently 66.53% in favor. So if you haven't voted, you can jump in, but it looks like this one is going to make it. The next one we have is the Aavegotchi and Sandbox maintenance renewal and termination reviewed budget. So this one still has 3 days left. It is currently sitting at 73% in favor and is a hair away from reaching quorum, 8.9 million. So please, if you haven't voted yet, jump in. You've got 3 days left on this one. And it would be nice to get this SIGPROP over the line and nicely tie up our sandbox experience and leave that closing in a nice way. And then our last one is the Agip 135. So this is the official DApp features, currently sitting at 89.39% in favor, and we're at 5.2 million through the quorum. So we still have 10 days left on this one, plenty of time. So please, everyone, get your votes in and let's keep Snapshot rolling. Yeah, we want to get these votes in. So that is everything for the current proposals. So there's just 4 at the moment, 1 closing tonight, and the rest have got a little bit to go before they are finished. So other than that, do we have, I think Light Piglet in the house to give a quick few words about Gotchi greeters. Did I push the right button?
Good morning.
Good morning.
GM, sir.
Good morning, FaZe. Yeah, so we didn't make quorum. Looks like most of the DAO was heavily in favor. So it looks like we're going to just repost for the 2-week limit on the vote duration. Otherwise, I thank everybody for voting. Thank those who voted no as well. If there's anybody that has any comments, questions, that kind of thing, please let me know in the forum somewhere, because pretty much everything was overwhelmingly yes. There was only like one no comment that is on the snapshot right now. So if anybody has any comments, questions, concerns about this to get it through, just let me know. And yeah, let's get this through the next time. That's really about it.
Oh, no problem at all. So yeah, I mean, this is definitely one I think we should get over the line. I mean, it was just a quorum issue, but I mean, we don't do a whole lot of marketing at all. This is pretty much our main marketing push. So, and they've been very successful as far as I can tell from what I've been seeing and hearing. So I think Gotchi Greeters has been a huge success since it started, and it would be really cool to see them go through for another round. When is the next event for the Gotchi Greeters? When are we next showing up somewhere?
Well, it was going to be Miami, but we didn't get funded, so it won't be Miami. The timing of the Pixelcraft prop with our prop just kind of was bad timing. Nobody's fault or anything like that. But I kind of had to wait and see how their prop went before I put in greeters. So that's why I had to hold it from when I had originally started talking about it. So after Miami, it looks like ETH Denver is probably the next thing. I think there will be a small crew from the DAO hired by Pixelcraft for Miami, but a very small one. They'll probably be, pretty tight there as far as like people to work. So we definitely like to get like a proper crew at these events in the future and that kind of thing. I mean, we don't really make a lot of money from greeters. I think I made like $5 an hour or something like that. So it's really about getting people out to these things and marketing the project more than anything else.
100%. It's, I think, one of our best initiatives that we've put out there, and it's always great to see at all the different events, all the stuff popping up on the timeline, and how much love the Gotchi greeters and Aavegotchi get at these events. We always seem to put on pretty good, top quality little stands and events and side events and whatnot. So it's definitely something that needs to go through, I think. So yeah, fingers are crossed. And it's nice to see that we still will have some presence at Miami, even though this one didn't make it through in time. So that's always good news. Awesome.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No worries. Thanks for coming up.
Thank you.
So next up, well, we don't have a huge amount scheduled for today, so we just have some active discussions and new threads. So the next one I have here is for the re-election of the DAO elected facilitators. So this thread was set up maybe a week ago, hasn't been hugely active, which I suppose isn't a bad thing, because that means no one's telling us we're doing a terrible job hosting the calls. But we have only had one nomination so far to bring us up to the original 4 hosts, because the 3 of us, FaZe, Roxiano, and myself, we all want to go again. So No Future has popped his hat in the ring. And if there's anyone else that wants to jump in, by all means, please put your name in the thread. The doors are open. There are no limits or blockages to anyone coming up and giving it a try. So if you're interested and want to give it a go, please let us know. And other than that, if you have any comments, suggestions, criticisms, anything at all, please jump into the thread as well and let us know, so that if there's any changes that want to be made, we can get them in there. But yeah, other than that, I don't really have much more. Do you have anything you wanted to say, FaZe?
I just wanted to ask, what would happen in the event that it's like No Future is just the last person that nominates himself? So then we would have four. Like, how do we still make it official? Like, is it an election? Because it wouldn't be the same as before when we had over 6 candidates, and then people voted on who they wanted. So I was trying to think of the process, but do you know what that
Yeah.
would look like
Well, I
for anybody?
imagine we'd have to still go through the election just to, like you said, make it official. But it would be kind of moot because everyone would get in.
Right.
So
Is
yeah,
it
but
more
at
of a
least it
yes
would
or
be
no thing?
documented.
Or yeah, okay.
So unless someone else has got other ideas, there are bigger brains out there. If anyone has any ideas on how we could handle only 4 people applying for the 4 positions, but yeah, it would be an interesting one, I suppose.
Right, just because we're trying to get it up by at least third week of November. Just that we're gonna continue either way. Like, to if a bunch of people apply and then they win, like if it's not settled by the start of December, like we're gonna continue. But as per the first prop, um, the first 6 months are done at the end of November. So that's just the reason for kind of like doing it now. Yeah. So I mean, we got another week. If anybody listening feels like you want to get a bit more active and become a DAO facilitator, just put something in the thread to be included.
Exactly. Yeah, all you have to do is throw your name in, and I don't know how we want to deal with. I mean, I know it was said in the thread that everyone needs to do a trial call, but again, if it's just the 3 previous hosts and No Future, I mean, I don't know if we really need to make No Future prove he can host a call. I think that might be proven already. So I think, I don't know, are we allowed to just skip things like that, or do we have to officialize everything? I suppose that's another question. Run No Future through the gauntlet. So yeah, so there are a few tiny questions that maybe we should clear up. What the DAO wants, the DAO wants. So let us know in the thread, and we can get this proposal up on Snapshot, get through the election, and hopefully everything will line up nicely so that it rolls over seamlessly into the next 6 months. Yeah, just having a quick look in the chat. Not seeing anything else.
I want to jump in and ask a couple questions. A, I would be down for a Fear Factor style challenge as long as I don't like end up killing myself. And B, currently you guys are streaming to YouTube, correct?
Yes.
So I'm assuming it's Roxiano that streams every week.
Yeah. Well, she's not streaming directly. I don't think she's uploading it afterwards.
Ah,
So it's
okay.
not a
So
live stream.
yeah, because I want to figure that out, because if I were to come on, I stream the entire call anyway, both the
Yeah.
first half and the second half. So I just want to figure out the logistics of, like, should I be stopping the stream and restarting it? But it would just be a matter of just giving the recording to be uploaded to YouTube, correct?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't see any reason why you need to stop your streams or change them in any way to suit, because at least for there's nothing wrong with streaming to Twitter and anywhere else. The more the merrier as far as getting the word out there. And then it's just, I think at the moment Roxiana's the only one that has the permissions to fully upload them to the DAO YouTube. So, but I'm sure we can work through that to get you on there and your streaming recording capabilities.
Yeah, it'd be more like I'm a backup, like because if you guys have your process down, it's been working. Just figuring like if it makes sense, like should I stop doing my stream? But it seems like I can keep doing it because it's just going to my ex.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I think. Does anyone else have any thoughts?
It's
I
just
think,
on Twitter, right? Are you also like streaming to YouTube or not?
No, I just stream to YouTube and then I record it. So it would be fairly simple for me to just cut the video in half and then upload it if she needed me to help with that.
Yeah, cool. As long as, I mean, just you wouldn't want duplicates on YouTube. That's the only thing. Other than that, it's like better to have it in multiple places. Some people watch their videos on Twitter exclusively, you know. I think
Yeah.
it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. I will lick the white poop.
oh, oh, this is escalating. So that's cool. So yeah, if anyone else wants to have any questions, concerns, or put their name in the ring, please jump into the thread and let's keep these DAO calls hosted and rocking. So other than that, I see Lagan has jumped up on the stage. Um, hello, sir.
Hello. Hey, I'll jump in here real quick, guys. Just a quick reminder. Um, the first week of November rewards for Strategachi is about to end. I think it ends exactly 1 hour after the DAOur. So still got a little bit of time to try to compete over there, and then I'm also gonna drop the Discord because we're gonna be announcing the next week's rewards really soon, actually, before the end of the like around the end of the call today. So just make sure you're in the server so that you guys get the announcements. And yeah, that's it for me.
Very cool. Thank you. Awesome. So there's a link to join the server if you haven't already. And yeah, Strategachi, always something happening in that realm. There was also a art competition during the last week. That was with Gotchi Battler, wasn't it? So, I mean, I think the winner is already was selected. Was it Thrax? Am I right? Did Thrax win that one?
He did, yeah.
Very cool. So congratulations to Thrax. There was some awesome artworks in that one. That was not an easy one to choose from. So congratulations. Yeah, 150 Ghost. And his artwork will be minted into an NFT. So always cool to see these little events happening around the ecosystem.
Did they delete the channel in the Battler Discord? I was trying to link it, but all the submissions were there. I don't see it anymore though.
I
Can you
know
see
I
it?
remember someone, let me see, someone was saying that it was full or yeah, they blocked invites or something.
Oh, okay.
So,
They're actually saying yeah, so people couldn't vote afterwards.
uh-huh.
Someone tried to bot the vote. What? For an art contest? That's not good.
Oh, the fun begins. I suppose that's something we can look forward to as we grow our community and with Geist and everything launching and spreading our wings. There'll be some new people, new fun to be had. Awesome. Well, I'm sure that will reopen not too far away, so we can get back into Gotchi Battler discussions and whatnot. But yeah, congratulations again, Thrax, and everyone else who submitted. They really were some awesome artworks there. Cool. So, what else do we have? Well, we have had two fairly big threads that have been active. So the first one there was the Gotchi collateral discussion. So this one I think will be going on to Snapshot pretty soon. So if you have any thoughts one way or the other of what we should do with collaterals before migration, last I checked, the consensus was to withdraw the Spirit Force tokens and migrate them empty. And obviously, Pixelcraft will arrange it so that we don't sacrifice our gotchis in the process. So that way, the gotchis will arrive Spirit Force left on the Geist, but then they'll be ready for whatever shape staking 2.0 and the future brings as far as the collaterals for the gotchas. So there's also going to be a batch withdrawal. Is this the withdrawing for if you have multiple gotchis, or is this
Yeah.
to help? Cool.
Yeah, so you don't have to go and withdraw collateral from each like each gotchi individually before you bridge them. Just
Mhm.
a little like on the Aavegotchi's page, there's the batch withdraw ghost. So right next to it, there'll be a batch withdraw collaterals that'll just withdraw all of your collateral at once into your wallet. If you own the
Awesome.
gotchis, of course.
And do we have to empty the pockets if there's any ghosts hanging around in there? Would it be wise to take that out before migrating? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be wise. Yeah. Otherwise, once you lock it on Ghost on Geist, like you'd have to bridge it back to Polygon to unlock
To
it.
withdraw,
So you might as
right.
well just withdraw it.
Excellent. So definitely empty your pockets and empty the Spirit Force, and then we can have a nice clean slate, keep it easy for when we set up our DeFi pets and whatever happens with staking on Geist. So has there been any more discussion? I haven't heard anything recently about what form staking might take on Geist or the collaterals or anything like that.
I'm cooking something up. It's I think it is like the way I want to put it out is more of like it's not going to be a kind of a big launch where we know this is exactly the way we want to do things. I want to have it. I want to deploy it and like let people let's get it live for a little bit and see what people think before like I think you'll like it, but I don't want it to be like the official staking of Aavegotchi, forever. Because once we do that, it's a big thing. It's a little bit more experimental, but yeah, exactly, a little test phase before the enshrinement. I think people will enjoy it. So probably what I'm there's a lot going on right now. I'm trying to fit this in, but what I kind of want to do is do a little testnet trial, and then also put out a little like mini white paper explaining the game mechanics behind it, and then let people play with it on testnet for like a week or two, and then put it onto mainnet. But I kind of also just want to put it onto mainnet directly and see where it goes. But yeah, it'll start once the Aavegotchis are on Geist. That's when I plan to like kick it off.
Very cool. Looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the future of our little DeFi pets.
I'm
It's
excited.
definitely a lot of us here. That's one of the things that really stood out as far as what made Aavegotchi different. So it's definitely something a lot of us are interested in seeing evolve and move on into the Geist realm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Very cool.
I'm excited about it. I think it's got potential to unify, the Aavegotchi and Ghost, which is something we really need to do to make it simple for people to understand the ecosystem. Like, have one thing that you're getting the Aavegotchi and you're getting the Ghost, and it makes sense. So yeah, I'll have more for everyone on that soon.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. And it's been cool to see all the happenings on Geist. And how did we get to 2 million transactions on Geist already? Apart from the crazy minting of that NFT.
Yeah, it was mostly that. It's just people set up some bots, I think, and just were like minting it. It was pretty funny to watch. But yeah, now that the mint is over, I think it's settled down quite a bit. There's not really much to do yet, but we are deploying things. I deployed probably 12 contracts the last couple days, just setting stuff up. So it's nice that the chain is live, that so we don't have to do everything all at once and like have a really high pressure kind of launch. It's really easy to mess stuff up in those kind of launches. So yeah, we're deploying a lot of contracts, getting a lot of UIs and stuff configured, and repos around blockchain like pushed so that people know about the chain. And we'll have some updates very soon on Gotchi Points, the first rewards campaign for the chain.
Oh, very cool. Definitely curious to see more about Gotchi Points and how that's going to take shape. Awesome. So plenty happening. The only other thread that was hopping along was the future of our rarity farming. So this is something that has come up many times, and we have yet to ever really get anywhere with this discussion as far as making a solid move as to what are we currently doing for rarity farming, with how much rewards are left in the treasury, and how regularly we do them, how big the prize pool is, and if there are other things we should be doing to help fund the rewards wallet for rarity farming. So I know there was some great discussion in the thread, and potential ideas of actually staking or getting some of our treasury to earn so that we can actually directly fund a few more rounds of rarity farming. But in its current form, we don't have too many of them left with how things stand right now. Just going on what we know, like we don't know what's going to change, how many more people are going to join us, and Aavegotchis and everything with Geist's launch. So with what we do know now, the future of rarity farming is not that long. So we do need some more discussion on this so that we can actually make a decision and implement it now, as opposed to, doing something last minute when we definitely won't have as many options and we'll be in panic mode. So, I mean, between the ideas that have come up for in the rarity farming thread, with what form the staking on Geist might take, with the Starseed guy, and his ideas for improving the treasury, we need to come up with something that can help us fund rarity farming a little bit more directly and not just relying on what's left in the rewards wallet and what's coming in through the bazaar. So if anyone has anything they want to discuss or any ideas, please come on up or jump into the thread, because this is a big one. A lot of us are here for rarity farming, so that does complicate things as far as changing it, because we do have a sizable part of the community that doesn't want to change anything as far as that's concerned. But we don't want to bleed our gotchis to nothing just for the sake of rarity farming, I'm sure. So if anyone has any ideas, please, we're more than welcome. Let them be heard. But yeah, at this point, the biggest one I'd seen, or the most concrete idea, was just to actually take part of our treasury, pop it into Aave or somewhere similar, and let that earn. But given that idea, the rewards would reduce probably dramatically from what we're used to right now. So that's catch. So any ideas, please let us know, guys. Just having a quick look in the chat if there's anything happening, but to be fair, that is all I have for today. Snapshot's been busy, but the forums have been a little bit quiet. Maybe all our American friends are recovering from election season. But yeah, so lowering the amount of each season's prize pool is definitely one of the ideas for rarity farming. So, I mean, everything will have to get through a vote. It's a huge change, anything we do to rarity farming. So the more gotchis we can get in on the discussion, the better. We want to try and represent everyone's perspective on this. So what do we have? Keep the rewards for the remaining RF as is and find a way to fill the treasury. Yeah. So anyone has ideas on growing that treasury? Please. So yeah,
We're working on it on the Pixelcraft side, but yeah, it's not the there's no guarantee from really any crypto game. I mean, everything here is so experimental, but we are trying our best, putting all of our effort into it, and to actually like figuring out how to make this a sustainable experiment and more like a business that actually generates revenue back to holders. So rarity farming, like there's a chance it might need to take a different form, because like 1.5 million ghosts every 3 months is quite high. There was not there was
Right.
like it wasn't originally enshrined to always be that way. So it's kind of up to the community. Every prop that goes out has the opportunity to, change the status quo. It's not in the white paper that says it has to be this amount every few months.
Exactly. We've just been doing it that way because that's the way we've been doing it. So nothing is actually set in stone as far as prize pool and how regular it is. So, I mean, we're having a little, we're not having a lull because we just had rarity farming not so long ago, but like next rarity farming isn't theoretically that far away. So we do need to keep this discussion active and come up with as many ideas as we can, because like you said, nothing's guaranteed, and the 1.5 million is a huge prize pool to be giving away so regularly, and which surprisingly didn't get much attention as far as social media was concerned. I don't recall other games regularly giving away anywhere near that kind of path. So
Yeah, I'm fairly like I think we all know that, and people that may have been watching the ecosystem also know that like rarity farming at this point is not really super competitive to someone new coming in, and also as the funds like get lower, the chance of new people jumping in at this point is also like very low for that specific game. So I think we just need to think of, are there any other new types of things that we can do that will stimulate interest in our assets? Rarity farming is but one of many games that we could be doing.
exactly.
It's a very static. Like people in our community say, well, it's not static. There's a lot of volatility. But for someone outside the community looking at the ecosystem, and they're looking at these huge rewards going out, they're like, well, you're telling me I need to invest 300K if I want to get like a high level in this, and you're also telling me there's only a few seasons left, so I'm not gonna, like, they just do the math. They're not going to be able to get their investment back on it. I think it's fairly
Exactly.
straightforward calculus.
We are, especially like you said, if there's a potential end to rarity farming coming, we're not going to get a huge amount of people jumping on the bandwagon now. I mean, I know Aavegotchi just makes it in to get some rewards. And I did try renting a wearable last season just to see how much of a difference that would make. And yeah, I think I got an extra like 0.5 ghosts. So it's at the lower end of the rankings. There's not a huge amount happening. So yeah, and there's clearly not that many people are willing to jump in now and fork out what you need to get, you know, a top 100 gotchi. But there was also discussion about changing kinship in some way as well. So that is, you know, related. And as someone did say, the rarity farming was originally kind of a placeholder while the Gotchiverse was getting the farming going. So I do remember it being something like that. So if that's the case and the new Gotchiverse is pretty much here, it would be a great time to, you know, rethink how we do things, make sure they're sustainable and fun, something that we can all enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, there's really two perspectives. One is that it's people have paid money for these assets, and on the expectation that the DAO would continue voting for more rarity farming, and basically until the funds are depleted. And the other one is that, well, rarity farming is our best marketing budget. We're spending 1.5 million every season and not really getting a lot of new holders because the barrier to entry is very high for them. So, I mean, it's just obviously everyone has their own perspective, but those are the two probably main positions, and yeah, whichever one like believe is strongest will end up winning in a vote.
For sure. And just for when we do start migrating over, you won't have to be migrated with your gotchis to be in the next rarity farming, will you? Did I see you're syncing the subgraphs?
No,
or?
we're not. I mean, that's we'll be allowing people to bridge their gotchis over to Geist, and I think we should be able to sync the subgraphs so that you can have your gotchi like wherever you want. I don't think we don't necessarily need to make it an opt-in by bridging it over if that's not what the DAO wants.
Well, there we go. What does the DAO want? Do we want to make it opt-in by bridging over to or migrating over to Geist? It's definitely an option. We do have a lot of AFK holders that I know where a lot of people are scared of offending, but yeah, we need to iron out all these issues and ideas. Like, now is the time to make changes while we're migrating and heading into our new homeland on Geist. This is, I know it was one of the attractions for me, the whole 30-year concept. I do want to be old and grey and still playing with my gotchis, so let's come up with something to get us there. So let's see. So we've got some more talk of advertising in. Do we want to put more of an advertising budget on rarity farming? Because there has never been a proper push to get the word out there, or is it too close to the known limit of how much rarity farming is left? Like, we do, I don't know, would marketing rarity farming with only a few seasons left and no concrete plans for beyond that, would it be wise to even put any money into marketing it? Or would that just create a new wave of onboarded and then unhappy gotchis? So yeah, I believe there is only 3 or 4 remaining seasons with the current allocated funds. So not a huge amount unless we start making changes now. So yeah. Does anyone have anything else they want to Ask or
Yeah, I think we're just
announce?
looking at what is the actual initial budget, because people keep saying, well, let's use the initial budget. Is it the current budget, or is the initial, like, how do people want to define this initial budget idea?
Hmm.
I mean, we're almost to season 10. To me, that's kind of also like a nice round number to stop at. If we were to stop, it'd be like 10 is a good, we could do a season. And then the DAO could say, well, all right, let's figure out how to actually generate like on-chain games and other stuff that rewards asset holders, but also is a little bit more attractive to people.
Yeah, because we have a lot more to offer people now. Like before, we didn't have all these games that we have now. So there's definitely an easy choice would be to reduce the number of seasons per year. Like if we just dropped it down to 2 or even 1, but filled in the rest of the year with different events for the other games. We've got Stratagotchi, we've got Gotchi Battler, we've got Dropped, we've got Wrecked coming. So there's other things we can be doing that are more active, probably more entertaining as far as social media, streaming, and influencers are concerned. So let's get the whole ecosystem together and come up with a new and improved vision for rarity farming and rewards, and how we can keep the longevity of this project going.
I see people saying Aavegotchi won't survive if we stop at season 10. I don't really agree with that. Like, there's DAO's well funded, we're well funded. Whether or not, like, yes, asset prices, floor prices might go down, but it doesn't mean that the project is going to die. Look at, there's many examples of projects that had low floor prices and then came up with something else, and then floor prices went up again.
Exactly. There. And maybe people won't be too impressed if we did just stop it at 10, but as someone else is saying, if we deplete the budget to 0, that's definitely going to be worse. So we can't leave it to the last, take it to the line. We need to update it. We can't keep things the same as they've always been, and we really should be taking advantage of all our other games, having other tournaments, other types of competitions. It was nice to see the art competition as well, because it's been a while since we've had any art competitions or anything like that happening. So it's nice to involve everyone, the players, the artists, the builders. So there is always something for everyone here. And was there a hackathon of some description coming? Did I remember hearing?
Yeah, we are like in the first stages of planning it with Alchemy, but there's a lot going on right now. Our team just, like, especially me, I just don't
Understandable.
have the bandwidth to like also manage a hackathon right now. With there's a lot up in the air, and then we're gonna hit December, and we're kind of at the end of the year, so it's possible we could have one, but it's also kind of end of the year. Decent chance
It is.
it won't happen.
Yeah, it's a busy time of year. But of course, anyone in the community, if you have any ideas or even want to maybe either work with PC or have a separate other type of hackathon, it's come up a few times that we want or would like other features or types of apps. Do we want another round of mini games? Do we want some quality of life features? We have a whole new chain to fill. So there's definitely things that we can get our devs working on and coming up with ideas. Makes sense to me that we do something like that every year, just to have things moving. So yeah, plenty of chat about RF, which is cool. So anyone that wants to keep that conversation going, please jump on into the thread so we can keep it all in the one place and come up with some solutions to the future of rarity farming. We will have some more information on the Gotchi collaterals coming very soon, and things are looking good. So that is all I have. If anyone else has anything they want to bring up, announce, or let us know, please. Oh, what is that? Ooh, who do we have?
I'll jump in real quick. Face, if you don't mind, could you just drop the thing that we just discussed?
Yeah, sure.
We're just gonna give you guys a quick preview of the next week's rewards before we make the official announcement. So for everybody in attendance here, this is week 2, Rising Stars, and there's the main quests and the side missions. So we're gonna be making an announcement in our server in like a few minutes, and that's it.
Awesome. There it is in the chat. So yeah, main quest and another side mission. Looking good. And we have Lost Local. Do you have something you'd like to?
Yeah, GM everyone. Hope everyone's
Yeah.
having an awesome weekend so far. Yeah, just wanted to remind the community we will still be active at Art Basel. We have some really fun stuff going on, and there will be a custom Gotchi camo jersey that I just saw the proof for. That it's pretty amazing. You'll only be able to get there. But I also wanted to let the community know we do have 10 free tickets for YGG Summit. It's happening in the Philippines. I believe it's the 21st or 23rd of this month. So I will have Carla put a post up in the Discord, but wanted to let everybody know if you were interested in attending YGG Summit or if you are local to the Philippines and we're thinking about it, we have 10 free tickets through one of our KOL partners, Kobe, who's going to start doing some game nights with us and whatnot. And we're also hosting an IRL Gotchi Guardians tournament at YGG Summit. So for anyone that may be interested, just keep an eye out for that.
Awesome. Thank you. So there we go. I think that is everything for today. Thank you everyone for joining us and everyone who came up on stage. And we will see you all next week.
Cool. Thank you. Thanks,
Awesome.
everyone. See you next week.
Good night, friends. Have a great rest of the weekend.
Ciao, ciao, guys.
Later.
Later.